Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you from where the buffalo roam, it is the KNKL show on July 10th, 2013. Yes! I'm your host, Kienan Lafferty, and today is Hump Day. Hump Day. Whatever Wednesday, I like to call it. And today we're just going to be jumping right back into the comic because that is what I'd like to do. I would actually like to get this thing done and out as soon as possible, so we're just going to be jumping back into finishing up page 21. Right, of issue 2. Excellent, excellent. And I will have you guys know that the rest of the pages are currently in masking stages. So that's actually very, very good. Once the masks are done, as you've seen here before, it's very, very easy to just lay in the colors, and you may be seeing the conclusion of issue 2 very, very soon. But let's not get our hopes up too high for that. Let's just get it done. Let's just keep doing what we have been doing, and just keep up the pace. All right, so we're gonna be jumping back into this scene here, and there was a big thing that I noticed last time I was working on this, and that was the values of these cars and just everything that's happening right here is not. It wasn't popping out before. Before it just wasn't working because they were just a little bit too dark, and the value was a little bit too much the same as everything else in the background. And so what I did was I actually desaturated it a little bit and lightened it up. And also the other thing that I forgot to include was, hey, they're driving at night and they probably have their lights on. So yeah, we're going to be drawing some bloom effects happening here. We're going to be drawing the lights coming from the cars and hitting the ground in front of them. And that should help to, again, bring the vehicles out into the foreground and really, really show what's happening here. Alright, and then we're just going to continue as normal, probably just do some painting here, add a little bit of these blues. I was talking about how I liked this scene with the zombies, how I added like these blues and oranges into it. Kind of helped balance the color palette so it's not all just like an orange comic. Even though I do like a constrained palette, it's really nice to add some of these complementary colors, if you will, in there. And it is getting darker, so I do kind of want to fade it kind of from like an orange to like a red into like purple, and then it's going to become nighttime. So let us go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and get on that. Get on that. Why don't we get on that? All right. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm just trying to think of how I want to handle the lights. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to just paint the lights in. I'm going to paint the lights where they're hitting the ground first. And yeah, let's start with that. So the lights hitting the ground would probably give us something like this color here. Let's play around with it. Let's see what tickles our fancy. Let's see what tickles our fancy, yeah? Alright, so we're going to have the lights coming down here, so naturally they're going to be lighting this area. Up in here. Brilliant! Ooh, actually that looks kind of nice. I'm going to saturate that a little bit more. Cool. That doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Not bad. I like it. And we're gonna have these lights going on here too. Lights will be hitting back in these areas. Just a little bit. It's mostly gonna be on this dude right here. This guy's gonna be putting off the most light. In fact, I'm thinking maybe what we need to do is we just need to let's desaturate and kind of cool off some of these shadows. Maybe that'll help bring out a little bit more of the light that's happening here. I think that might work really well. It appears so. That looks pretty good. Again, just kind of messing around right now, trusting in the artist instinct. Feeling the force. Yeah, that looks good. Like it. In fact, I kind of want to like push it even brighter. Can we get some extra contrast in here, maybe? Ooh, that looks kind of cool. But I don't want too much. Yeah, that looks good. Kind of like have that little cone that happens right in here. That looks good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do to show the bloom that's happening here is we're going to go over top of everything and add in our bloom, as you have seen me do before. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this so you can really tell what I'm going to do here. All right, so I'm going to take the light color here. I'm actually going to kick it up a notch a little bit like that. And we're going to put some bloom on these lights here. Actually, maybe we should make them a little more orangey. A bit more orange. Oh, it's not set to hard light. No wonder it looked weird. I was like, that doesn't look right. Ah, that's what we were looking for. Brilliant. Okay, so now let's go ahead and kick those lights down. In fact, we're going to go even brighter than that. We're going to go whiter than that. Aha! Ha ha! You see? You see? That's the way you do it! That actually turned out a lot better than I thought it would. Brilliant! Brilliant! Cool. Alright, so that makes me very happy that that worked out properly. Let's go ahead and make sure that... Oh! Don't want to erase that. Let's have the brightness of those lights on there. Let's get some bright lights here and here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's have these guys glowing in the background here too. They're also shining down. Shine on. There we go. Just little details. That's where it's all. That's where the good stuff's at. It's all in those little details. And boom, baby. I'm just gonna go ahead and have those shining out a little bit. Ooh, that looks really nice. It looks really nice. Really nice. Ooh, that looks perfect. Perfect! Okay, there was a little bit too much lighting here though. This should fall off a little bit more like that. Yes! Cool! Now we totally know what's going on. Now you can look at that and be like, oh man, they got their lights on. They are playing for reals now. One other thing that I was thinking about was that these bikes would have red lights as well on their backs, right? So I think I need to add in a little bit of that. Let's add in some red lights. See if we can't just put some light in here. Like, where would this light be coming from? I'd imagine it'd probably be like right around there. Looks a little bit too red, too pink. Let's go a little bit more like that. No. What are we looking for? Maybe it doesn't need to be more pink. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that looks good. Just a little bit of light radiating out from the back, right? Where the lights would be on vehicles that would have lights, right? So I'm guessing, I don't know if a dune buggy would have a red light, would it? Maybe, why not? Now it does. And let's go ahead and throw on a little red light there. I know there's nothing there, but movie magic, people. Okay. These are the things, because I was out driving. I was out driving, and I saw this guy with a motorbike, and I was like, nice, because I've been paying attention to all these people with motorcycles now. And I was like, oh yeah, they have red lights on the back. I should probably add those in. So I decided I was going to as soon as I got back. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. It's not bad. Still don't. I still think that this red, like this amount of red, is a little bit jarring though. Maybe you need to desaturate it. Yeah, I just have it be subtle. Yeah, more like that. That looks pretty good. I'm pretty okay with that. Alright, moving on. Next panel. Next panel. Alright, yeah. I'll just wait. There is one more thing. The bloom on these lights is kind of bugging me a little bit. Like this harsh bloom needs to be toned down just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. There we go. So now you can see a little bit more of that detail in that area. Okay. Come on, make up your mind. Alright, committing. Committing to that. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to this next panel and add some complementary colors to the background. Make it look beautiful. Make it look oh so lovely. Alright, here we go. Which one is the background I should be working on? I think it's this one. Yes, it's this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab these colors, these lovely colors that we have back here, and let's keep in mind that the sun is going to be on their right, so that means they are going south. They are going south. So let's go ahead and throw in these clouds in the places that they should be. Okay, we'll just start with this. I really like this stuff going on right here. Like a little bit of like this more reddish, these more reddish clouds happening, because I really want to stress that it's getting darker outside. And so I really want to push that. I must push it. Push the button. Push the button. Push the button. Alright, and yeah. The sun is going to be on their right. So if there's any like sliver of yellow light coming, it's going to be coming through there. Right there. Brilliant, and that will quickly fade into these more pinkish clouds. And let's get that blue in there. Let's get that blue in there. There we go. That's the ticket. There we go. Have that nice transition. It's all about that transition right there. That looks really good. Now let's go ahead and throw in some little details of the mountainside there. Zoom in so you guys can see. Let me zoom in on that for you. Oh, that's lovely, lovely. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. 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 Just a little bit of detail in that. Not too much. Not too much. Okay, let's go ahead and do the trees. Trees. Quickly now. Quickly do the trees. And again, don't need to put too much detail in there. Just enough. Just enough. That looks good. Okay, now let's go ahead and get rid of these zombies up front, because now we need to draw the background in Tank's goggles. We need to show more of what's happening up there. So, actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this little snippet of the sky here, because I really like that. I'm going to go ahead and just copy that down here. Copy that. And we'll go ahead and move on to Tank's goggles. Create that cool reflective goggle illusion that we're going for. Shall we? Yes, we shall. Okay. So let's go ahead and start with like this nice mid-tone. I really like this thing that's going on here. It's going to be really dark over here. It's going to be much darker over here. And yeah, just that sliver of light is going to be coming over there. All of these telephone pole things, these telephone wires are going to have to get darker, because their background is about to get darker. And we need to be able to see them through value. Good. In fact, everything over here should be darker. Everything. Darken everything. When in doubt, darken everything. Alright. Looks like we got a good crowd today. I'm happy you guys are joining. It's good to see all of you again. It is very nice. I always like people that tune in live. Lazy people that live in Sweden and can't stay up till 4 in the morning, have to watch it on YouTube. Not a good enough excuse for me. Doesn't work. We're still lazy. Alright, let's go ahead and move into the clouds. Yeah, I really like this transition that's happening here. This looks really nice. Ooh, actually, I like a little bit of this. Like this brightness that's still kind of permeating this area here. See that? A little bit of brightness there? That looks really nice. Keeping it. Keep on keeping on. Well, let's go ahead and draw in some cool looking clouds there. Lovely! Let's get that red back in there. Okay, that's looking good. And let's finish it off with the blue clouds. Good. Good, very good. Yeah, it's kind of cool everything off. That looks really nice. It's really nice when you cool things off. Let's go ahead and darken what needs to be darkened, i.e. these telephone wires must be darker. And then I'll probably put a little bit more of this yellow in there. Yeah, that looks cool. Let's make sure we show like some mountainous type looking things over here, just in the background. Showing a little bit of irregularities in the terrain. Alright, that looks good. Now, one more thing that I do kind of want to do is I just want to put like a soft gradation on the underside of these goggles, just to see if that kind of gives us the final look. Oh yeah, that looks kind of nice. Actually, that one looks nice too. I just want to put a soft gradation over these things, so it looks more like a reflection. You see what I'm doing there? Just putting the shadow, like of his helmet, over top of it, just to help it look more like goggles. That looks kind of good. I do like that. That's interesting. I actually really like that a lot. There is one more thing that I just feel like is not quite resonating with it. Maybe what it is it needs like a little bit of a multiply on it. It needs something to like push the values just a little bit different than what's actually happening in the background. Like that. Like now it's a little more red. Maybe a little bit more yellow. No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. Maybe a screen. I think that's more in line of what I wanted. So it's just a little bit more hard to make out what it is. Like you can tell it's a reflection, but it's a little bit harder to tell. Let's see, what else do we have here? Color dodge? No. I think screen is the ticket. I think screen's the ticket. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. Yeah, I'm gonna go for something kind of like that. And let me just do some quick fix-ups. Like, let me just sharpen these edges really quick, and then I'll put on that screen again. We'll see how we feel about that. How does that make you feel? How does it make you feel? Or, I don't even know how you'd say that, like Yoda. Make you feel, how does it? Is that how you'd say it? Please educate me. Please educate me, Star Wars nerds, as I work on my comic. Nerds educating nerds. That is what life is supposed to be about. Alright, just kind of taking care of these clouds here. Sharpening edges, that's all I'm doing. Just going in here and grabbing these colors, known as the Alt-Click method, for those of you who follow the tutorials. And I'm just going in and I am sharpening the edges. And it just gives the impression that it is much more clean and professional and just done looking. It just looks a lot more done, as opposed to leaving everything really brush strokey. And really all I'm doing is just focusing on edges. So that looks pretty dang good. I like that. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Alright, let's sharpen these things. What the heck is going on with that? Why did it do that? Why is it painting like that? Paint over, lighting. Something else happening here that I'm not aware of? Bloom? No. I turned that thing off, so why is it doing that? Oh, I was just freaking out. The lighting trick was messing with my eyes. The light was in my eyes. I was just being dumb. Never mind. It's okay. It's okay. I was just being dumb. Just being a good old dummy. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That looks good. Looks good. Let's define those trees. Define. Alright, put that back on and we are good. That's good. I like that a lot. That feels natural, it feels good, it feels feels happy. And good. Okay. Get rid of that. And let's check. How is everything feeling here? Whew! It's getting hot in here. It's getting warm. I got the door open and I got a haircut and it's still hot in here. I can only imagine how much I would be sweating my butt off if I still had my long hair. Thank heaven I got it cut. That would have been horrendous. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it looks really good. Looks really good. So the only thing that I'm seeing here that I would possibly want to do is I like how desaturating these values kind of made these guys pop out, or made these shapes pop out. I wonder if that'll happen if I do it to the bikers too. Let's see. Let's find out. Does desaturating help? Negative. Well, it does a little bit. Actually, yeah, I like it just the way it is. It looks fine. It's fine just the way it is. Then what do I want to do? What am I looking to do here? I think I need to darken Clem's goggles because his goggles are brighter than Tank's, and that doesn't make sense. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Where is that? Is it under white? Yes, it is. Okay. So let's kind of just take these same colors that we used on Tank's goggles and we'll replicate them here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Oh, I like that transition of purple to orange. I like how I'm just like thinking out loud. Like, these are the things that are going through my mind normally, but since I'm talking to you guys, since I'm doing the show, I like to talk about everything that's going through my mind so you can know my thought processes. Alright. Next up, I am going to do this thing. I'm going to put some more purple on here. See how that looks? Oh, yeah. That looks cool. Oh, yeah, I like that. Brilliant! And a little bit more orange on the bottom. Cool. Okay, that's good, that's good. See, what I wanted it to be was, I just wanted it to be really subtle. Like, if you look at how it was at the beginning, Um, let me go ahead and do this. If you look at how it was at the beginning, it's a little startling because it's almost like it's the same values as the background, so it almost feels like there's a hole in Tank's head. You know what I mean? You're just like looking through his goggles to see what's behind him, and that wasn't the effect I was trying to get. I really wanted it to be more of a subtle thing where you could see a slight reflection in his goggles, and I feel like this is helping it a lot more. This is definitely giving that illusion much more. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. All right, so next up what I want to do for the background here is I'm going to go ahead and collapse all these layers into one because that's looking really good there. And I'm going to start messing around with the values a little bit because one thing that I do want to make sure of is that these guys here, right, the Tank and Clem, are showing up very clearly from the background. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to say, hey, well, there's bikers behind them, and they're going to be having the lights shining too, and they're going to be kicking up dust and all that stuff. So it'd be very, very easy to justify, you know, having like a light shape behind them, like a lighter little bit of like this type of thing happening, right? Because this is showing that there's lights behind them, obviously. Okay. Okay. So we'll get something much more like this. And now when you squint your eyes, look, like that, you can't really pick out where Clem is, like if you squint your eyes. But now when you do it, you're like, oh, there's definitely a shape there. And this is a big, big thing. In fact, I'll probably put some more up here too, like some of the lights up here. This is a really, really big thing that I kind of just like wanted to do with the comic. It was basically like, how do I put this? It's like one of the biggest goals of the comic is just I want people to be able to read it from very like far away, right? I want you to be able to hold it like 10 feet away from you and still be able to tell what's going on. Be like, oh, okay, they're driving away right here. Oh, okay, that's Tank and Clem, you know. And you might not necessarily even look at that and be like, oh, well, why is that light there, you know? But if you really wanted to justify it, you could just, you know, say whatever you want. You can make it up. You're the artist. You are the god. Nobody questions you. Yeah, actually, I like that. In fact, there's all this dust back here, so this would all be lit up. All this dust. I totally forgot to light up the dust behind them. Brilliant! Okay, so now that's very clear. Very clear what's happening there. And it's very clear what's happening here. So that's very good. I'm probably just going to dial it back a tad bit. And I also want to have a little bit of bloom coming from here. Bloom is a very addictive. It's a very addictive thing. You gotta be careful. You don't want to use it too much because then it looks kind of cheesy. All right, but just a little bit really, really sets the piece off, right? Really makes it look cool and believable. Another thing that I will say that I might want to do is I might want to start darkening. I want to start darkening the foreground a little bit more, possibly. Let me try some of that because we went from that to this, and this is looking definitely much better. There's something about this. It's just feeling a bit drab. It's feeling a bit drab. We need some more color in here or something. Something needs to happen. I don't know what it is. Let's try throwing a little bit of darkness in here. See if that helps. Because I want to bring it forward a little bit. Like that hill needs to feel like it's a little bit closer. I think that's what it needed right there. Let's put that lighting on. Let's decrease a little bit of this. Because we're also going to have bloom on Clem's light, which is really going to pull a lot of attention there too. Let's go ahead and put that in. What are you guys saying over here? You guys are talking about trigonometry equations? Oh, man. I don't know how that got started. I don't know how that got started, but I'm not participating. I'm not good at that stuff. Brilliant! Oh, this light would be more just kind of like that. I think that looks good. Give it a little bit of a cone effect. Yeah, there we go. Cool! That looks really good. That looks really, really good. Yeah, I'm actually really, really liking that a lot. Now the question to be asking here is, how does that read? Let's go from there. Okay, I can tell what's going on there. Panel 2 looks really good. I can tell easily what's going on there too. Let's see. I almost want a little bit more like motion happening. Like it feels very still. I wonder if there's a way. I wonder if we put like some motion lines into this, if it will help make them appear like they're moving forward, moving quickly forward. Oh, wait a minute. You know what's interesting? Is this looks a lot more like they're moving forward because the level of focus, I feel like the level of focus is just different on this one than it is on this one. I don't know, maybe I'm just overanalyzing it, but I feel like there's much more motion happening here in this panel than there is in this panel. But at any rate, I'm going to try adding in some motion lines and see if that will help. Ooh, that's doing something. Feels okay. It's okay. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I keep the motion lines in or ditch them? Should I try something else? It definitely feels like there's more happening there, but maybe not these ones. Those ones don't look good there. But then it just feels weird to have it on the other side of the panel only. I don't know. It definitely looks better with it. Maybe what I need to do is, I almost want to say that I need to simplify the background. Because this one down here is looking so much better. Like, this background just feels so much more awesome than this one. And I think it's partially because of this hill right here. I think I need to push that hill down. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Get rid of this crap. We're going to do another overhaul on the background. One small with feeling. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to push this entire hill down. Just do some slight adjustments. Slight adjustments. I'm going to try to mimic a little bit more of what's happening with this one, because I like that more. So, yeah, you going to work? What's going on? There you go! Alright, so I'm just going to push these things down here. Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit of a lower angle. And I think that's what's making it feel more dramatic. So I'm going to push this angle down a little bit more. Oh, yeah, already that's looking so much better. It's looking so much better. Still something about Tank's goggles that I'm not really enjoying. I might end up just doing the same thing that I did on Clem's goggles, possibly. But I don't know. We'll see. Let's try darkening these in too, because I feel like that's what's lending a little bit more to the awesomeness of this shot. Because this is supposed to be the real awesome shot, and this one's supposed to be kind of like that. Oh yeah, there's Nico and Emma. Yeah, like they're supposed to look like real badasses here. So we do what we must. We do what we must. I would give a blur to the background, however, that's something that I've just never done in the comic. I don't think it's part of the style. Like, if there's ever any motion type thing happening with the background, it's usually told through the lines. So it would be inconsistent to just all of a sudden throw a blur. You know? That's the only reason why I'm not feeling that. But thank you for the suggestion. I appreciate it. Alright, okay, that's feeling better. Oh, my nose is so itchy. Why is it so itchy? I'm really not liking Tank's goggles. I think I'm just going to do this. I think I'm just going to do that. I don't like that either. Boring. Boring. It needs something. It needs something, but I don't know what. I'm just going to leave it like that because that feels pretty good. And I'm going to put those motion lines back in. Let's put those motion lines back in there. Ooh, that looks good. Whoa. Oh. Whoa, that's kind of cool. Oh, I like that. I just erased the background a little bit and I got some like the old background. I was like, ooh, that looks nice. Now it looks like there's a hill there, but it's like way in the background. Yep, I'm keeping it. That's what you call a happy accident. That is what you call a happy accident. All right, yeah, I'm gonna keep those motion lines in there. I feel like it helps. Yeah, I'm gonna keep those there. And let's go ahead and go to our background here. Oh, there's a little bit of this lighting kind of bounding into Tank's goggles. I don't want that. And let's turn our bloom back on. Turn those lights back on. Isn't that cool? It's like lights off, lights on. Brilliant. Okay, let's take care of this background here. There was something about Emma's face here that I wasn't really liking. I kind of want to fix that really quickly too. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and open up question catapults. Any questions that you may have, please ask them in the chat to the right, and I'll answer them. People watching live, obviously, not you on YouTube. I cannot tell what you are going to ask me in the future, unless there's a comment down below, but no guarantees that I'm going to see that. All right, let's go ahead and get to Emma's skin. Something about the shading over here just looked a little weird to me. I need to fix this. Yeah, I think I just needed to shade the rest of that in like that. Yes! Yes, brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, so this background is going to be really easy. Okay, that looks a lot better now. Looks way better now that I pushed that thing down. Okay. Yeah, let's tackle the background first. Let's tackle it with love. Yeah, overall I'm really liking it. Just this background just feels so solid. So many ways. So solid in so many ways. Okay, let's get that out of there. We don't need that anymore. Let's go ahead and not move that. We need to move the other thing. Okay, let's just keep that for our reference. Keep that there for good measure. And let's paint this sky. Skies are so tough to paint, it seems like. I don't know what it is, but it's just like, I think the best thing to do is just like pick that color, pick just whatever the color is, go straight to your blue. I'm just going to try this. I'm going to go straight to the blue. And this is part of the thing, right? This is, oh, this is the one thing that has its own. Ha! Oops. Okay. Now we're good to go. Go straight to the blue, right? And go ahead and paint in whatever, you know, details and things that you want with that, right? Go ahead and do all these types of things. Let's go ahead and have a little bit of that in there, a little bit of that. Let's go ahead and use our lines of motion and direction to our advantage. That looks great. And then what you'll do is you'll just use these colors to blend them. Use the colors going down into the orange to blend it. I think that's what I'm going to do from now on. Because before I was like, oh, I'll go from this orange and then go to that. It seems like it doesn't work as well when you go to orange and then to the complementary. It feels better. It feels easier to just kind of blend from the complementary back to the orange. So, at least from what I'm noticing so far. Let's go ahead and continue and see if it works. Yeah, it looks really good. Brilliant. Okay, next up we got this thing here. I love skylines though. Skies and clouds and all that stuff. It's like I barely know anything about drawing them, but I want to get good at drawing stuff like this. I want to get good at drawing skies and just making stuff look cool. Seems like most of the skies that I draw that look good are just products of accidents, you know? Products of trusting in myself. Let's put it that way. Product of trusting in myself. Like this stuff back here, this looks great. Love that. Let's go ahead and get plenty more of, I actually want plenty more of this red in there. Yeah, that looks cool. Very good. Ooh, that looks cool. Yeah. Get some nice big shapes in there. Big shapes. Not repetitive, though. That's repetitive big shapes. I think it'll look better the way it was before. Yeah, there we go. That's the ticket. Cool. All right. Let's see if I can find some serious questions in here. You're giving me some troll questions, like how many gallons of gasoline would it take to go to light speed for 1 second? That's good. What color is my underwear? Yeah, we're not gonna answer that one. I don't even know. Oh, I'm wearing those today. Nice. The color of my underwear is invisible. Alright, let's see. Hogan Warfare is asking, would you do a more detailed tutorial on placing lines on faces to make them older or younger? Oh, that's a good question. I would love to do a tutorial on something like that. I'm not the best at doing something like that, but we could definitely do some sort of a joint study session. I would say that. Alright, Brian Hogan's asking, do you ever find the time to just change your workflow or to try something new? I mean, I've always been in search of like that perfect workflow. Like, what is this thing that I can do that I'll never get tired of, right? And the biggest thing that I've noticed is like, no matter what you do, no matter what your ritual is, like, I remember a long time ago I did a tutorial or I did a show on my morning ritual, right? And I like got up and I danced around and I like did jumping jacks and listened to songs and stuff like that. And you know, that stuff works for only so long, you know? I think that there are times where you have to change it up. You have to change up what you do, what kind of gets you psyched up, what gets you excited. And that's okay. That's okay to not be satisfied with the same thing every day. I think that's one of the big reasons why I'm even doing this in the first place, was because I wanted that variety. And that still even happens today. There's times where I need to change up my routine from just working on the comic all the time. And the best way that I found to do that centers around the 26-34 rule. You guys have heard me talk about this tons of times. You're probably sick of hearing me talk about this. But it's basically working for 26 minutes and then taking 34 minutes, the rest of the hour, as a break to do either like completely relax yourself, relax your muscles, relax your eyes. You can meditate, you can think about stuff. Ideally, you would step away completely from whatever you're working on. Some jobs don't allow you to do that. In that case, I say just switch your mindset. Switch your mindset to becoming much more observant of what's around you, thinking about what you want your life to be, what your purpose is, you know, all those big questions that you want to ask yourself. The meaning of life. And just like take time to really just appreciate what's around you, because I believe that there can be beauty. Beauty can be found in every situation that you're in. So yeah, and just during those 34 minutes, I've noticed that it just gives you time to kind of catch up on stuff. Oftentimes when you're doing your best to not think about whatever it is you're working on at the moment, you'll get like these insights, you'll get these inspirations of just like these bolts will just shoot into your head, and you'll just like get this idea, be like, oh, that's exactly what I needed, you know, that's exactly what I was looking for. and then you can go ahead and take that when you get back to work at the end of the 34 minutes. And it just gives you a great, like, it just feels so good to just take a break like that and just like allow yourself to do it. And what's interesting is that taking breaks like that, you'll actually get more work done. Like, resting more than you're working will actually make you get more work done than if you worked all day, you know what I mean, with no breaks. And it's interesting how that works, but if you do it right, it definitely works, and I urge you guys to give it a shot. Try it out. And yeah, let me know your experiences with that. Alright. Yeah, so that's basically how I change my workflow. It's like every day I work for 26 minutes, and then on 34, I could be, you know, doing chores. I could be taking a walk at the park. I could be playing with my dog. You know, just like good things getting outside. Just get a little bit of that, get a little bit of variety into your day. And it's really nice doing that because it just gives you that time, and you're like, okay, well, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do for break, you know? I'm going to go make a sandwich. I'm going to go learn how to cook something, you know? There's all kinds of really cool things, and I think that variety really is the spice of life. And the more of that you can get into it, the better. So, yes. Okay. So, let me just go ahead and finish this little telephone post thing. This looks ugly. Ugh. Fix that, please. Thank you. All right, one more question. One more question coming in. Kangaroos are T-Rex deers. Wow, I never thought about that. Oh my gosh, I just thought of the coolest thing, like a kangaroo with antlers. Oh man, do they have those? Are those like real mythological creatures? Kind of like a whippertinger. I think that's a rabbit or a bunny with antlers, right? They need to have a kangaroo with antlers. That'd be pretty sweet. Alrighty, people, we're gonna go ahead and call that a good day for today. Thank you for joining me for whatever Wednesday. This has been the KNKL live stream. Oh yeah, I forgot to say what day it was. 74. How about that? Thank you guys once again for joining me live on Ustream. People on YouTube, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to switch to this thing. My name is Kienan Lafferty. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Thoughtful Thursday. Till then, you guys take care. See ya.